Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Yagami, and I welcome you to the stream. So, just like the title suggests, today I thought about playing a bit of Resident Evil 4. As you know, I am a big fan of the Resident Evil series and a big fan of the entirety of the Resident Evil universe, to be honest. And of course, the news about Resident Evil 8, The Village, and the reports coming out around Resident Evil 4 remake and what's going on currently with Capcom and all of those things got me. Number one, I wanted to replay Resident Evil 4. It was sitting here in my computer for a while now, and I wanted to play it last year or something, but I kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. So this is probably a good timing to play and talk a bit about the game. And at the same time, just wanted to see what's going on, and the whole thing about Resident Evil 4 and is it a good thing or a bad thing? So yeah, for those of you who do not know, just a bit of a presentation of Resident Evil 4. So Resident Evil 4 is the fourth installment of the Resident Evil series. It's a survival horror third-person shooter video game developed by Capcom and published by, of course, Capcom. And even though it is labeled Resident Evil 4, it is the sixth major installment of the Resident Evil series. It was originally released for the GameCube in 2005, and in it, players control US government special agent. If you followed me as I was playing Resident Evil 2, in Resident Evil 2, Leon S. Kennedy is just a policeman on his first day, and of course he survived the entire events that occurred in Raccoon City, and as a result, of course, he became hardened, and it makes sense that he became a special agent. Of course, he probably seeing him as a cop, of course he wanted to be a cop, and the opportunity presented itself, so I am certain he was the one to choose this. So Leon S. Kennedy is sent on a mission to rescue the US President's daughter, Ashley Graham, who has been kidnapped by a cult in a rural part of Europe. Leon fights hordes of villagers infected by a mind-controlling parasite and reunites with the spy, Ada Wong. You are currently listening to the theme of Ada Wong from Resident Evil 2, by the way, one of my all-time favorite music in my music list of Resident Evil 2. The first one was the theme for Umbrella Chronicles. Or Outbreak, Resident Evil Outbreak, what am I saying? So development for PlayStation 2 began in 1999, and 4 proposed versions were discarded. The first attempt was directed by Hideki Kamiya after producer Shinji Mikami in a departure from the fixed camera angles and a slower survival horror gameplay of previous installments, and the team focused on developing more dynamic shooting action. And this is one of those things that Resident Evil have been suffering from. They kinda eventually pushed it more and more and more to be action-oriented rather than survival horror. And that's one of the downgrades of the Resident Evil series. That's one of the biggest flops, even though it sold well, Resident Evil 6. Resident Evil 4 was announced as a GameCube exclusive as part of the Capcom 5, but was ported to numerous formats, becoming a cross-platform hit, selling over 10 million copies across all platforms. A game garnered acclaim for its narrative, gameplay, voice acting, and characters, and is often named one of the best video games of all time, with a good reason too. Winning multiple Games of the Year awards in 2005, it influenced the evolution of survivor horror and third-person genre, popularizing the over-the-shoulder third-person view. And a sequel was, of course, Resident Evil 5, was released in 2009. So this is basically the summary. And as I am talking about all of these things, I forgot to launch Resident Evil 4. Like a dumbass. You know me. I never planned for these things to appear. But It's a very old game, and I'm currently playing the HD port, and it should run smoothly. It should run good, and it should run smoothly. But I'm afraid that we may have... Oh, it's working nice. As long as the controller is working, that's all we need. Okay, so that's step 1. Step 2. Hi, let me adjust the camera. There we go. That's a bit better. A tiny bit better, I think. Alright, so let's do this. What's this? Resident Evil. Hopefully this will have the game. Oh, lovely. It does indeed. Let me make certain that the thing is fit to screen. And after that, I think, and I believe, we are ready and set. All are falling in order. And here we go. Alright. So as we go through...
Resident Evil 4.
Okay, it would appear that I went ahead and started.
1998. I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains.
Oh yes.
Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella.
Yep.
The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the peaceful little town with a devastating blow crippling its very foundation. Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City.
Nuke it.
With the whole affair going
Nuke
public,
it.
the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished.
Which raises questions: how on earth is Umbrella still operating, especially in Resident Evil 6, with large amounts of things happening? You know, they have shipments, containers, they operate
6
in multiple
years
countries.
passed
It's
since that
weird.
horrendous incident.
Yep. Oh, this music.
I received special training via a secret organization working under the direct control of the president. I was to assume the responsibility of protecting the new president's family.
Why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together.
Kumbaya
at some Boy
together
Scout
at some
bonfire.
Boy Scout
Then
bonfire.
again, maybe you did.
Then again, maybe you did. I
Oh,
love
you
this.
crazy American. It's a direct order from the chief himself. I tell you, it's no picnic.
I'm counting on you guys.
Man, I remember this scene so vividly, like it was yesterday, when I first played Resident Evil 4 back in 2007 to 2008. I think it was the end of 2007 or something.
It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the president's daughter.
And I do
when she
apologize,
was
there are no
abducted.
subtitles.
That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information about a sighting of a girl that looks very similar to the president's daughter. Apparently, she's being withheld by some unidentified group of people. Who would have thought that my first job would have been a rescue mission?
Policia.
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden.
I don't know that last word. Was it supposed to be
Must be my
Spanish?
imagination.
Or was it to be all of the sudden and he kind of botched the,
Sorry it took so long.
I don't know. Perhaps. This game also put Spanish up on my alley. I learned so many Spanish phrases from Resident Evil 4. And we will soon make our acquaintances with the villagers and their foul mouth.
Just up ahead is the village.
I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking,
Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Yes, I did. Hunnigan!
Leon, I hope you can hear me.
Oh, there
I'm
are
Ingrid
subtitles
Hunnigan.
in here.
I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the daughter of the president. So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find some more information on my end as well.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
Alright, and this is how the game starts. Now, let me see. Oh, so this is... What? How do I shoot? No way. Alright, let's let's start by looking at why are the controls all messed up. Controller setup. Inverted aim off, okay. Button 4. Oof. This is problematic. And it would appear that I might need to yeah, I probably might need to replug my controller. Alright, give me a second. Let's see. The good news is it's supposed to be somewhere around here. The bad news is will I not be able to find it? I do misplace stuff somewhere. So yeah. Oh, come on. Where on earth did I put my Wi-Fi or Bluetooth wireless stuff? Otherwise, okay. Let's check. Oh, it's type 3. Let's just do type 1. What? This is weird. Last time I played the game and checked things, everything was working as supposed to be. But now, things are weird. Where's the other bird? There is another bird. I know that there is another bird somewhere. Oh, there she is. Oh, there he is. Okay. Save successful. But it still didn't change anything. Hey, what's up? Nothing much, as you can see. I'm trying to play through Resident Evil 4. And it would appear that my controller is giving me some grief. So, I might need to exit Steam and probably launch the S4 or something. Which is odd because it was working fine. Oh, okay. So it is considering this as a wireless controller. Even though I'm not using a wireless controller. Weird. Control. So these things are fine. But... okay, so action. I can't even... what? Ah, this is... let's just say that this is a bit obnoxious, so give me a second. Give me a second, I'll have to look for it. So, the number one thing that I want to do is exit, okay, and let's try the S4. Hopefully the S4 is just gonna fix this. Good. I might need to relaunch the game. It is a possibility. Alright, so let's see this. Aha! Now it's working. Yep. Now, oh no, the bird flew. So that's the map, okay. That's the reload, as always. Now this is the knife, the slash, and the rest is easy. Oh, and I forgot that things disappear. But, alright. Now we are a bit able to play normally. So I believe. Okay, let me recheck button configuration. So attack with either ones, command Ashley, okay, map, action, run and quick run, okay, control the camera and aim, okay. Oh, so this is why, okay. Let's try type 2. Let me try type 2 and see what's up. Oh yeah, that's why. Alright, that is why I settled with type 3. It's because type 3 I can aim with this stick, with R, the right stick, and just move with this. Okay, this is much better. Of course, a villager was watching us. It's funny, as I was looking at the guy who's looking at us, the silhouette, or the shadow, if this was the PlayStation 2 version, and trust me, the PlayStation 2 version was a bit of an abysmal one. Let's go back to the and interact with the policeman that brought us here. Because if you don't do this, you will never do this before or after, because they would, you know, disappear.
Forget your makeup or something? Forget your makeup or something?
Yeah. I cannot go back through the bridge, of course. And before I go into the house, I will inspect to the left. There should be a box, if I remember correctly. The HD texture pack is really bringing the game to a whole new horizon. There's nothing. Really? That sucks. These things are a bit left to chance. So sometimes you will find nothing. That's not a good thing. And to be honest, I cannot wait for the remake. Most of you have seen the leaks and the online stuff that happened with Capcom, and down the line there is a Resident Evil 4 remake coming. And I cannot wait to see this trees, this forest, remade into the modern era. I was watching a video of a forest 2 days ago, and it captivated me, and I was thinking exactly, this is how Resident Evil should look. And I do believe I remember seeing, a TV show back in 2004 when they showed Resident Evil 4 in Tokyo Game Show, and this place looked so magnificent. Our imagination. I apologize. But yeah, let's go say hi and show a picture to our dear villager here. I used to think that Leon was so cool, and I loved his jacket. His jacket is one of the best things that I've seen in video gaming. I still, to this day, would like to have a jacket like this one. They look good.
I was wondering if you might recognize the girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
So basically in
Sorry to
Spanish
bother
it's basically saying, what the heck are you doing here? Get lost.
Freeze!
No, it's not gonna freeze. You have to make him freeze. Of course, if you play
Shit.
indeed.
Is everything okay?
There was a
Obviously
hostile
not.
local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
The subject. Right, so they probably blocked the door. Resolution, motion blur. If motion blur is not good, turn color. Let's just turn it off. And there's no audio settings? Interesting. Check. Maggots. Looks like people. I hope Ashley is fine. Alright, so let's scour through the places. There should be some ammunition on top. Right over here. Oh, there she is. What I love about this game is, despite the limited actions that you can take as Leon, you still have the freedom of, how to shoot, where to shoot, headshots, limbs, you can shoot their weapons and everything, and it's so interesting. We can't go through the door because, well, someone is barring the door. But you can go through here. Let's ready the gun. Oh, I'm getting a hang of the controls and I'm...
Detrás de ti, imbécil.
Oh, he's behind. I know you were behind. He wasn't dead. Ooh, and he's dropping some HP items. Man, I love this game. I can't get... once I knew that once I just start playing it, I would just get right back into the game. It doesn't matter how I play it. I'm still trying to get the hang of the controls, of course. The control scheme is a bit different compared to the original that I played a long time ago. And we are nearing the dog that I need to save, which will play a part in later. And so, yes. The article said that Resident Evil 4, which is currently in the development, was outsourced to a outside developer, the one responsible for making Resident Evil 3, the remake. And Resident Evil 3, the remake was good, but it kind of missed the mark. It was a bit too short and they cut the things that we needed as fans. You know, the streets of Raccoon, the things that we were looking the most forward to were cut from the modern version. It's still a good game, and it's still you know, in the steps of the Resident Evil 2 remake, which for me is the best, but it wasn't the best. So, of course, Capcom realizing that and having disagreements with the company that I, of course, forgot the name of it, that is or was currently developing the Resident Evil 4 remake, I guess they decided, you know what, we'll take the game internally and develop it ourselves. And I've seen the headlines of other media sources saying that development trouble, development overhaul and all those things, and it sounded like it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing, which is not the case. Actually, it's a really good thing that Capcom is realizing the heavy weight that Resident Evil 4 has, and realizing that, you know what, let's bring it back internally and develop it as we should. Now, Resident Evil 2 Remake was developed internally by Capcom. That's why it was such an amazing game, and it felt like a finished and complete product. Some things needed to be improved, of course, as any game goes, but overall, it was a huge success, and it boosted basically our hopes for Resident Evil 3 Remake, which they made. But sadly, of course, they probably were, at the time, also developing Resident Evil 8, The Village, and it feels like now they have almost like two kind of Resident Evils. Resident Evil 7 and 8, which kind of are a soft reboot to the series. They are following the same roots of the Resident Evils, but they are kind of rebooting the genre as a whole, and following the steps of Ethan. It does take place in Resident Evil universe, however. One might say that it has nothing to do with this game and how it is. Some likes this, others not so much. I'm impartial. I like all Resident Evil games. Some more than the others, but I'm fine. Never mind. Again, I'm still getting a hang of controls. So I need to run, do this, and then slash. Not try to run while holding the knife. It's like there's multiple convoluted Resident Evil control schemes in my head. I need to sort all of them out and make certain that I bring out the mainstream of Resident Evil 4. Now, I remember this game so vividly that I know for a fact that there is a villager right over, not here. Oh, right, yes. It's in the other house. Come on, come here. There we go. Let's basically always do this to Oh, and they're smart, these little bastards. They dodge. There we go. Okay, so the optimal strategy is to headshot to stun the quote-unquote zombie, because they are not zombies. The villager. Once they're stunned, you approach them and you kick them. Thus saving, or of course after you kick them they go to the ground, as so. After you kick them, you bring out the knife and slash, killing them almost immediately and saving me a ton of ammo, which is going to be very helpful later on in the game. Of course, the game has a ton of mechanics, a ton of, oh, I didn't mean to do that, a ton of, you know, armor and armor types and guns and everything, and it's so amazing. There is a whole series by other YouTubers talking about the guns of Resident Evil and, you know, their counterparts in real life. There's even a guy called Joseph Kendo, I think, has a YouTube channel, and he talks a lot about the Resident Evil universe and the guns and everything, which is just amazing. Oh, and a quick update, of course, for those of you who are wondering why I am not playing online games, is because I have a problem with my internet connections, and I need to fix those in order to be able to play online games. I can't do this now. And he dead. I also like the fact that compared to the modern Resident Evil 2 remake, which I played on the highest difficulty, you know, you can count how many bullets and kicks and slashes these villagers kind of take. So you understand what you need to do. It's just a sequence and you can get the hang of it, which is pretty neat, to be honest. Kind of miss that. Because there's a random element in Resident Evil 2 and 3 for the zombies. Sometimes they go down with 1 bullet, sometimes they go down with 20. So it all depends on the chance. There are ways to increase the chance by upgrading your weapons, but sometimes it takes a ton
Leon,
of ammo.
how you holding up?
Bad question, Hunnigan.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sending you a playing manual. Hope you find it useful.
A playing manual. Are you serious? But you know what? Let's take a look. Reloading, press A while holding down. Yeah, I know. Kicks. Approaching enemies that are either stunned or on their knees will allow you or allow Leon to perform kicks as prompted by the action button. That was so revolutionary at the time. And the camera angle. These two things, this game basically is the godfather of these things. Changing inventory screens use... Okay, that's actually useful. I was wondering which of these are other things. So once I am here, key items and everything. This is also one of the best features in Resident Evil. Is okay. How do I pick this? Okay. Well, basically inventory Tetris. So good, you know, being able to just do this and make up as much space as possible in your case that you will be able to upgrade later. But here we go. Okay, so what I want to know is how do I there we go. Okay. So basically I can do this. Alright, do that. It's all up to you and your preference. which is such an amazing thing. And I am so happy that they announced that the suitcase is coming back. Well, this inventory management system is coming to Resident Evil 8. Such a good thing. Let's move forward at Porel and see what the villagers are up to. This is optional. I can just go on without looking, but you know what? Let's look. Mierda. It would appear that our dear officers are in deep trouble, and this town is going to be a deep, troublesome place for me. So, let's make certain to pick up as much items before triggering the villagers. And I do remember there is a way to not trigger the villagers, I think, and not have them all swarm you. Because once they will notice your presence, they will start coming at you with great numbers. So this is... Well, of course I can get out of there. Ow. Let's do this before they demolish me. Let's just use this one because I know there are other herbs coming towards me. Ow. Okay, so this is the second wave, and the third wave is going to be even worse. So let's have this ready. And let's pick up as much as I can before they come near me and come my way. There we go. Let's have this combined and ready. Oh no, son of a... I can't do that, okay. That's good, okay. It's not a big deal. Oh yeah, I'm mixing, of course I'm mixing the buttons. I've no choice but to use this, yes, of course. I knew that my biggest problem is going to be the controls, so, yeah. Man, I remember being able to perfect this place. Not taking a hit, getting everything, taking everything. Oh yeah, I do remember. So, if I just keep this up, I will not trigger the chainsaw guy and the whole bad place. But if I do get into a certain house, I will trigger the chainsaw guy and a ton of the villagers, which is of course not a good thing for me. I was in the nick of time. Let's reposition ourselves. Ah, there we go.
La campana.
Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos.
So this is, I believe, the easier version of the village. And of course, I would miss out on the cinematic of the chainsaw guy. And also, well, basically killing the chainsaw guy. And please say it. Please say it. Here comes the famous phrase.
Where's everyone going?
Bingo? Such iconic. I love this. Yeah, basically, Resident Evil 4 just barely started. Come on, talk to me, Hannigan.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news.
Oh,
I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
Leon, you need to get out of there. Look for a tower and follow the trail near
Leon,
it.
you need to
Got
get out of here. Look, yeah, I don't know. They're saying that the voice acting is top notch in Resident Evil 4, but to be honest, in 2021, I don't know about that. Alright, so entering this house would have triggered that cinematic. And I believe this house had a shotgun. And it's the two-story. And I see the gem out there. So entering this one will trigger that story. Basically, I will need to barricade the place. As you can see, I can push. I need to hold the button, of course. And I will be just barricading the entire place. And I think I should have done this. I don't know. I went for the easy way out. Being afraid that I am not going to be able to defend myself accurately, since I am still trying to get a hang of the controls and whatnot. Either way, we got through this. And our dear shotgun is right over here. To my surprise, I do remember this. To my surprise, in 2007, 2008, when I was playing the first Resident Evil 4 for the first time, I didn't own a console at the time, and I, of course, had to wait for the release on PC. And when I was playing it, I was actually very surprised to see a shotgun this early in the game. In the Resident Evil series, the shotgun is a very mighty weapon, and they will, of course, give it to you very easily. But you will have to do a puzzle, or you will take a bit of time in order to do it. So it was a very surprising event for me. And of course we know why, because, well, once we do that, our dear the chainsaw guy is gonna come and make my life a nightmare. For those of you also who are not in the know, the chainsaw guy can basically one-shot you. If he gets close to you, he will literally chop your head off with a chainsaw. And that's, of course, something unpleasant that you do not want to happen to you. Of course, compared to the other Resident Evils, you can see there's a certain freedom of movement. And I make mistakes, come on. Can't be wasting my ammo like this. It is not a good thing. There should be a green and a yellow herb here. Oh, also they introduced the yellow herb system here. So yellow herbs do increase your maximum HP, not just heal you, which is a very important thing. They are not going to be you're not going to be finding too much of them. However, they are there and they will increase your life and HP. I do believe I had a dream about this particular barn a long time ago, and I still remember it because I kind of wanted to open it and I couldn't, which was an amusing dream, so to say. There we go. If you are wondering what the gold coins are for, then they are going to be very handy once we meet the most iconic merchant in video game history. Oh yes. The blue mask nomad with loads of guns. Oh yes, iconic voice, iconic lines, and of course, iconic guns. And just unexplained, just like that, is right over here. You will find him Please lay an egg for me. I need to heal. Please, chicken. Be nice, be a dear. Be a dear. I'll lay an egg for Leon. Right, here's the yellow herb. All I need is a green herb. Okay. And we'll heal and increase our HP at the same time. I am debating whether should I use it right now or wait until I take another hit and then use it. Of course, because my movement isn't hindered, I think I'll just wait. Take another hit and then, use it. More money, more means to buy stuff. Oh, and of course, can I take it out with the knife? Oh yes, I can. Then why should I waste my ammo? Ammo management in survival horror games is something that needs to always be on the forefront as you go through the game. It's funny how cows in the game sound like motorcycles for some reason. Alright, so we've went through that house, and I believe I've went through this house. I'm almost certain. Have I not? Well, first check. Yes, I did. Okay. Oh yes, it's this one with a hole in it, so that I probably put the hole in. Or forgot to check about this guy. What in God's name? If only he'd come with me. Oh yes. Our dear Leon is a fighter. He's become strong and unfazed by these things. Up here we'll find some good stuff, hopefully. Jump down, yes, but not now. Shotgun shells. Nice. Of course I can jump through here without taking fall damage. Always good. I'm almost certain that there is a green herb somewhere around here. My memory betrays me on a daily basis, but sometimes my memory is good. And you look at that. Red herb. What else do we have? I believe that the green herb is located somewhere in a place just like that where they store the wood. Maybe it's on that side. We'll see. Of course, we cannot get through here. And if you play with the Ada segment of this is what I absolutely adore about these old games, is that once you start playing Resident Evil 4, you are greeted with a basic menu with just start the game and the difficulty, and you just get in. That's all there is to it. Options that are coming later inside the game. But once you finish the game, you start unlocking things. You unlock mercenaries, you unlock Ada's story, so you basically feel like, man, this is a whole new game, this is amazing. Spike's basically just giving more replayability to the game. And I love that in, the older games. You no longer see it in the modern games because, well, I don't know, developers are too busy with other things than making money. But Resident Evil 4 is one of those remnants. We're going to unlock costumes, we're going to unlock weapons, so many things to be unlocked. And when you play with the... Well, there should be something here. Nothing? Damn. When you play with the Ada part of the story, like I said, spoilers, if you do not want to listen to this and play the game. If you haven't played Resident Evil, please go on and play Resident Evil. It's such an amazing game. And it's such a waste to not play it. So make certain to play it. Hang the handgun up. So it was Ada that saw Leon and she rang the bells in order to, fool the villagers into believing that that was Lord Sadler that rang the bells so that he can talk to them, which was not the case, saving our dear Leon. I don't know, there's a weird romance going on with Ada and Leon. That there is no development, but there's definitely mutual feelings for both of them. But having the field of work that they are in kind of prevents them from getting together. But she will gladly say, risk her life, and he will gladly risk his life for her. Recently, there has been information that a United States government agent is here investigating the village. Do not let this American agent get into contact with the prisoner. For those of you who are not yet informed, the prisoner is being held in an old house beyond the farm. We will transfer the prisoner to a more secure location in the valley. When we are ready, the prisoner is to stay there until further notice. Meanwhile, do not let the American agent near the prisoner. We do not know how the American government found out about our village, but we are investigating. However, I feel that this intrusion at particular time is not just a coincidence. I sense the third party, other than the United States government involved here. My fellow men, stay alert. Chief B. Torres Mendez. I think Chief Mendez is the guy with the beard, if I remember correctly. He's a big scary guy that I will encounter very soon. Alright. Having failed to find my green herb, I just decided, you know what, let's advance and hope for the best. Oh, follow me. Stay here. Eon, help! Basically, Ashley's gonna hide in one of those dumpsters as you go through this again.
Un forastero!
Yep, shooting guns will alert the villagers. Please, control your nerves, dear Leon. Oh, that's a critical. You do not fool me to believing that you are not dead. We can save here. I'm not gonna save. Not yet. If I remember correctly, there is around 6 amulets here. It's number 2. Good. Oh, and this particular jewel. I mean, simple design, but intricate at least. Ooh, an egg just for me. They disappear, so if I see one, I will take it and use it, and it gives me a ton of HP too. It's not a joke. He be dead. That's good. So, let's get back to our discussion, as I was really interrupted by the villager. So you can shoot this medallion and it will drop down into the manure, the dung heap, and that will lower its value because you can sell this to a merchant. However, if you are smart, you shoot this. After shooting this, as you can see, it closes the hatch, and then you can shoot it and take the pearl pendant. Quite new and sells much more. I believe the dirty version sells for 2,000 pesos or gold, whatever you want to call the currency in the game. Stake the egg and move on. Hey doggo. 3 out of 15. Like I said, I believe there are 6 here. So I will be making certain to try and get all of them, if possible. There's nothing here, and I can smell the dung right from here, so yeah. The cows are weird looking. Need to get a bit closer. 900. Lovely. Ooh, 2 eggs. That's a lot of eggs for me. I love it. And another one. This is random, by the way. So I got lucky. I am very lucky. And if you are extremely lucky, one of these chickens is gonna lay a golden egg. The golden egg sells for quite a hefty sum, but at the same time, if you decide to use it, it will fully heal you. Which is such an amazing detail in the game, to be honest. So, I don't know, somewhere along the line, developers and players forgot that games are supposed to be games, you know. You don't need to have realism, not too much realism in the game and all of this thing. You can have a game, it's a video game, have mechanics in it. And that's why I'm still a big fan of Hideo Kojima, is that he makes, despite making, you know, serious movie-like games, he still make gameplay mechanic in the games. He'll even have the characters explain the mechanics of the game in the game, which is quite amazing, if you ask me. That's what's missing. People are too into the realism fact and ow, dude, that's not cool. That's very rude of you to throw your axe that you work with at me. Aha. I do believe there is a way for that cabinet to be moved. But before that, let's take care of this guy. He's clearly minding his own business. And we're, you know, having work, and we just disturbed him by putting a bullet through his skull and then slashing him to death. That is such a rude thing for me to do. Reloading, as always. So, let's see. How am I going to be dropping down, finding that, let's call it a secret? I believe this is the way. Oh, you got the beer stein, whatever you want to call it. Okay. I can just push it back through here, and here we go. Exploring 101 from Resident Evil 4 by dear Yakami. Trust me, I missed that at least twice in my first playthrough, so do not feel bad if you miss things. I probably already missed things in the game. Alright, so there should be the blue medallion somewhere here. Where is it? That's number one. Come on. You're shaking way too much, Leon. What's the deal? So that's 4. That's 5. And I am almost 100% certain there is a number 6 somewhere. Where is it? I need to find out. That's 5. Where is number 6? Where is number 6? There it is. like I said, I did play the game a couple of times, and I always go through without finding the necklaces, the blue necklaces, so on my third attempt I decided, you know what, I will find them all. I have to. I had no internet, so it was only me. I think that's why I remember so much of the game. It's not because I played so much of it. So that door is closed, there's no need to go through it. I will go through it later, but the way forward currently is this one. And this one is gonna prompt us into the part that I hate or like the least. The quick events. Why do I dislike the quick events? It's because I am playing currently with a PlayStation 4 controller. So you have the PlayStation 4 interface. However, the game is prompting the Xbox 360 controls. So this quick event is going to be, you know, it required you to sprint, pressing X, and now I need to press two combination of buttons, and it's going to be spontaneous and random, and I need to figure out which ones. As you can see, it was not the L1 and R1, it was the L2 and R2. So let me remember, it's either the two triggers or the two bumpers, or X and A, if I believe so, or triangle and circle. You see, I memorized these when I was playing with the PlayStation controller, which made things a lot easier. However, memorizing these things with another controller makes it not so easy to do with different controller schemes. Alright, this time it was easy. So it was X and A. X and A is basically box and the X on the PlayStation controller. It would be pretty hard to miss these, gems. So make certain not to miss them. We are almost nearing a very interesting part in the game. We got one, and the other one ran away. This is where we find the guy who chucks grenade at us. Makes our lives pretty difficult. And there are traps I need to navigate through. So yeah, this is not going to be an easy part. I need to be concentrated a bit. Concentrated. Okay, so he runs. And I can see the guy right over here. Do we get lucky and shoot him before he shoots us? Almost. It's not easy, but it's feasible, as you can see. Come on, Leon. You can do this. No. Let me get... I think he has a range, so he's not going to get us from here. And what I want to do is shoot the dynamite as he's throwing it, taking both him and his body right over there. You can see the tripwire, so... That's dude number 2. Of course, he lit the dynamite, and as a result, he blew up on his face. Nice. Very good. Oh, be perspective. Because if you look down, there's a trap. And let's not fall into the trap, because that would be pretty dumb. The traps are the same color as the dirt and the environment, so they are hard to be detected. That person is... Ooh, I see this one. And I see this one as well. Let's make certain there are none. Okay. And move very slowly. There is no need to be too aggressive here. We've already taken care of the two Zombaloids who are in here, giving us that was pretty iffy, wasn't it? But you know what? We have eggs. Lots and lots of eggs. Eggs give us an opportunity to survive longer without using our precious herbs. Of course, if this was mouse and keyboard, he'd had his head blown up before he even reacts. But what can we do? No clues here. Was this the guy that was chugging through that door? If it was, that's good for us. I'm just trying to make certain I am not missing anything. And as you can see, there is a nest. There's probably some goodies in here. And what do we have here? We got the red cat's eye. That's a high price. And our friend the merchant. So this is just the other way around. Fine. Make certain I am not going to be stepping on any sad trap. The sound you are currently hearing is our good friend Carlos. I think it's Carlos. I forgot his name. But we'll make his acquaintance pretty soon. He's a really good and charismatic character in the game. I think he's a police officer, I think he's a detective of some sort. Okay, so this house we visited, that house we visited, there is nothing around that way. I guess our destination is through here. We have someone to save. Open sesame. Of course, since this is an important part in the story, we are going to save. And cue the iconic, very iconic music theme, save theme. This is one of the best save themes in the Resident Evil universe. Save data? Yes. Used in many videos, many playlists, and many people have it and heard of it. Some people even heard this music without even realizing where it come from. After all, these games are 10, 20 and 30 years. The first Resident Evil was back in 1996. So many of you were not born in 1996. I'm just gonna play this safe, making certain no tripwires are gonna be in my way. This is gonna be combined with this, giving us a 100% heal. This is gonna be like this, and this is going to be sitting here like this. I told you so. Inventory Tetris is kind of a big deal in this game, as you can see. And each of us have his or her own way to deal with this. Right, let's push this. The famous cabinet.
Little rough, don't you think? You're not like them?
No. You?
Okay, I have only one very important question. You got a smoke?
Got gum.
Uh-oh.
Perfect. The big cheese.
What?
Oof. That's the big cheese, simply put. Hit ratio, 75%. Well, it's good. I used to get it up to 100%. 100%, yes, I said it. You know, I played this game a lot. But, of course, it's been a long time, and I'm an old fart. Enemies killed, 31 out of 31. Would you look at that? Number of time killed, sadly, 1. Would you like to save? The reason why I do not want to save is that the number of saves do play a part in the score rating that you get. But since we are on our way to finish this stream,
Feeble humans,
I'll just say,
let us give you our power.
oh yes, the parasite.
Soon, you will become unable to resist this intoxicating power.
Hey, wake up.
Ay. Crawl out of one hole and into another.
You want to tell me what's going on here?
Americano, see? Now what brings a bloke like you to this part of the world? Oh, hey, easy, whoever you are.
Name's Leon. Came here looking for this girl. Seen her?
What, are you supposed to be a cop or something? Nah, you don't look the type.
Maybe.
Okay,
It's funny,
let me
considering
guess.
Leon is, or used to be,
She's
a
the
cop.
president's daughter?
That's too good for a guess. Want to start explaining?
Psychic powers.
Yeah, right.
Nah, just kidding with you, amigo. I overheard one of the villagers talking something about the president's daughter in the church.
And who might you be?
Me llamo Luis Serra.
Luis
Used to be a cop in
Serra.
Madrid,
There we go.
but now I'm just a good-for-nothing guy who happens to be quite a ladies' man.
Why'd you quit?
Phew, policia. You put your life on the line, nobody really appreciates you enough for it. Being a hero isn't what it's cracked up to be anymore.
Used to be a cop myself. Only for a day, though.
I thought I
Yeah.
was bad.
Somehow I managed to get myself involved with the incident in Raccoon City on my first day in the force.
That is the incident with the viral outbreak, right? I think I might have seen a sample of the virus in a lab at the department.
Hey boy, I'm not dying.
Do something, cop!
After you.
Now!
It's Leon. Sorry I couldn't get in touch sooner, but I was a bit tied up.
You're okay, right?
I'm fine.
Nice pun.
There was a male civilian held captive. According to him, Ashley's in a church somewhere.
What happened to him?
He managed to escape.
Do you have a fix on the location of that church?
No, but apparently there's a secret passage in the village that leads there. I'm heading back to the village.
Alright, so I was thinking that considering that Capcom is the developer of that game, it would be too far over the fetch. The fact that Leon threw the zombie like that, that's the famous Ken throw and Ryu throw. If you hold backward with the button, you throw them like that. So I think it's a nod to Street Fighter, which is something that I like. Alright, so we're back here, and our objective is to go back to the village and look for the hidden entrance.
Over here, stranger.
Over here, stranger indeed. One of the most iconic merchants, like I said. Ooh. The rifle hammer. I think this is a subtle hint, telling us, you know what, you might want to buy a rifle. So let's just go talk to our dear merchant, and then we'll end the stream.
Got something that might interest you. Got a selection of good things on sale, stranger.
I see. I believe I should. On tomorrow's episode, I will be looking into the lore and the history of these merchants. It's something that I kind of have forgotten about, or I never did research on them. So I want to know the origin of the merchant and everything. And by the way, yes, you can't kill him, which is ill-advised. Don't know if you noticed, stranger, but did you see the blue medallions hanging around the village? Come back after you've shot 10 or more of them. I've got a specialized gun I want you to try out. And that specialized gun is our next gun upgrade, pistol upgrade.
What are you selling?
So these I'm not gonna sell, these also I'm not gonna sell. But these
Is that all, stranger?
are gonna be
Thank
sold.
you.
So as you can see, the pearl pendant could be only sold for 2,000 if it's dirty. Goes without saying. But if you manage to get the clean version, it costs 10,000.
Ah, I'll buy it at a high price.
Unlocking the I'll buy it at a high price sound.
Thank you. Is that all, stranger? Thank you. Is that all? Thank you.
First aid spray. The rest are gonna stay.
What are you buying? Is that all, stranger? Is that all?
Firepower, yes.
Thank you.
And of course,
What are you buying?
I can buy the attaché case M, very important, treasure map, rifle, TMP, rocket launcher, and a scope. Very, very good selection of stuff. I do remember the first time I played through the game, I bought the rifle. I thought, you know what? I like snipers, and it's time to get the sniper. Of course, I couldn't buy the scope, so it was problematic, but yeah. For this, I think I'm gonna be just
Is that
buying
all, stranger?
the case,
Thank you.
giving me more room to store things. I could buy the treasure map, but you know what? We'll do that at a later time. I can buy the rifle, but still, again, like I said, I think I'd buy the rifle. I need the scope. You see, when I bought the suitcase at the time, I didn't have enough money. But because I know about the pendant, I had all the gems and everything, of course I have plenty of money to do so. So, yeah. Rifle or no rifle? You know what? Let's hold up. I know the place ahead, and it's kind of an open place, and having the rifle is of great,
What are you
great help.
buying?
But
Is that all, stranger? Thank you.
it's not going to be needed.
Is that all, stranger? Not enough cash, stranger.
Doing this is much better. Upgrading the handgun is a much better choice until I got the better gun. Always make certain to look, because what do you know? A red herb and money. Worry not, you'll find these merchants all throughout the game in very strategic places. And like I said, this concludes our stream session for today. It's been a pleasure, and it's been a real pleasure playing Resident Evil 4. And just like the title suggests, by the way, I will be playing the medium once I get it downloaded. But for the meantime, we will be holding on with Resident Evil 4. Such a nostalgic game, and I want to finish it. I want to finish it so bad, to be honest. But you know what? The medium takes the advantage. I really liked what I seen when I saw the trailer, and I'm very intrigued to try that game. If it doesn't work or anything, we'll go back to Resident Evil. It was a pleasure, like I said, to be here. Thank you so much for sticking with me and watching, those of you who've been through here, passing by or not. And have a good night, have a good rest of the day, and see you tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, I should have the Resident Evil 2 stream ending, which is fitting because we are playing a Resident Evil game. So yeah, take care.